Hi folks, Peter Uckes here. Today I'd like to talk to you about naming tasks in OmniFocus. What's a good way to give your task a name or title? What are some not so good ways? And why does this matter? How can naming your task correctly make you more likely to actually get stuff done? Because in the end, you just want to get your stuff done, right? The way we're going to do this is I've got these 7 tasks right here in my OmniFocus inbox. And these are examples of tasks with titles that could be improved a lot. Now I'm going to go through these one by one and tell you why I think they are not currently named very well and how we could do better. So before we get started, I just want to say that if you like this channel, I always encourage you to like the video and subscribe. And in particular for this video, I'd love if you could leave a comment below after watching and tell me whether you liked the video, whether the explanation made sense, or what I could do better. So let's dive in. My first task right here is currently titled Health Insurance Policy. This is the type of task title that I see quite a bit in people that I work with, either one-on-one or in my OmniFocus video course. By the way, you can find the link to the video course in the comments below the video. So people will have a task that says something like Health Insurance Policy. Now, you may think, well, that's pretty clear, but actually, what are we supposed to do with this? Are we supposed to find a health insurance policy to sign up for? Are we supposed to renew our health insurance policy? Cancel our health insurance policy? The big problem is that this is not very specific. And when you just have 7 tasks in your OmniFocus, I mean, you're probably going to have more, but if you just had 7, you could probably remember what to do with your health insurance policy, and it wouldn't really matter whether you write the task like this. In reality, though, you're probably going to have tons and tons of tasks in your OmniFocus, and you may not remember what you were supposed to do. So the number one thing, the most important thing about naming tasks is I always recommend be as precise as you can with what you're asking yourself to do, because you just may not remember in the future, or you may remember it incorrectly, and it'll save you a lot of time and a lot of stress as well. So in this case, let's say we need to renew our health insurance policy. So you could simply type renew health insurance policy. Bingo. Now, in this video, I don't really want to go into organizing tasks into projects, assigning due dates, or any of those things. I've got some other videos on those topics, so you can go check those out. And also, I cover these topics in my video course. But this is a good example of changing a task name from health insurance policy to renew health insurance policy. And what you'll see is that the word I added is a verb, and that's something that you can kind of keep as a rule of thumb. Try and start your task names, your task titles with a verb. So in this case, renew, right? Or it could be sign up for. That's fine too. Start with a verb because it forces you, when you're creating the task, to decide what it actually is that you want your future self to do. And then when you're working on the task, you also know immediately what is it that you're supposed to do. So you can get to doing and not thinking. Example number 2. I see people also creating tasks like this. Title Vaccination Kids. Probably this means that your kids need to get some vaccinations, but that's sort of like a vague statement, right? What are the steps involved here? Do you need to find a place for your kids to get vaccinated? Do you need to figure out which vaccinations they should get? Do you need to drive them to a place where they'll get the vaccinations? Again, let's be really specific. Find out which vaccinations kids will need this year. This is just an example. Of course, there may be some other tasks too, and perhaps this is better made into a project or a task with subtasks, because there may be steps to this, right? But let's keep it really simple for now. Again, what I'm doing is I'm adding a verb at the beginning, find out, right? And I am clarifying what the task is actually about. So it's about which vaccinations the kids will need this year. So I'm adding a lot of specificity: when, what, and how. And by adding those things, your tasks become more completable, more doable. And that helps you get stuff done and feel less overwhelmed. Similar thing with time entry. First of all, you could ask yourself, where are you entering your time? What for? And when does this need to happen? So you might enter something like, or write something like, enter time in Toggle. It's like a time tracking app for the past week. Or we could even say for week, let's say 25 or something. I don't know what the current week number is. Much more specific, right? So specificity and starting your tasks with verbs are really, really key. Let's move on to example number 4. What I've written here is something that, again, I see a lot of people doing, and it says summary report BM. So what does that mean? Does that mean that you need to write a summary report, that you need to review a summary report, that you need to edit a summary report? Could be lots of things. But in this case, let's say it's write summary report. So we could actually change this task and call it write summary report. Still, what's BM? If that's one of your coworkers, why don't you just say Brian Mays or whatever? Now it's already clearer, right? So you could say for, okay. Now we have a task which is more specific than it was. Now it says write summary report for a specific person, right? I still think we can do better because we could say write summary report on project X for Brian Mays. This is the level of specificity that you want. What are you doing very precisely? Who are you doing it for? When are you doing it? All of those things, right? Try and add as much as you can. Well, don't add the when so much into the task title because you want to be using defer and due dates, right? But in this case, for example, entering the time, the when for when is an important question. Here's the thing. Even though I like this task title, this task is probably too big to handle at once. If you're going to write a summary report on a whole project, I mean, maybe you'll do it at once, but more likely you'll do it in several chunks. So this is a task that is better divided up into subtasks or probably actually to be made into its own project. Now, again, I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about creating projects in OmniFocus and what constitutes a project. Again, I go over that in my course. But if you want to turn this into a project, what you can do is hold Command-Shift and then hit 1. So it kind of becomes Command-Shift and the exclamation point on your keyboard. That will turn this task into a project. I'm not going to do it right now, but it will turn into a project that shows up in your project's perspective. But just for the sake of showing you what I mean, let's just make this a task with subtasks. So I'm actually going to have the task selected, hit return or enter. Then I'm going to hit command and the square bracket to the right. Boom. That creates a subtask underneath this task. And there's other ways you could do this. For example, you could just grab this task and sort of drag it underneath. So writing the summary report might be review my notes on the project and then outline the summary. Write first draft of the summary. Edit draft of the summary. Send draft for approval to blah blah. You get what I'm saying, right? And this should be a sequential task with sequential subtasks. And so if you go into the inspector, we can actually go ahead and set that up. So I'll like click sequential here, drag this back, close the inspector. So now you see only the first subtask is available because I made it sequential. Anyway, not the point of this video. But you see how all of these subtasks I made are much more doable, right? Write a summary report is a big, big thing, and you may not be able to do that at once. It may also feel overwhelming. Where do I start? But by breaking it down into subtasks like this, the task becomes more doable. It feels easier to get started. For example, reviewing your notes on the project, that's something you can really do right now, and you know how to do it. You don't need to break that down into more sub-steps. Also, again, I made every task start with a verb. Review, outline, write, edit, send, to make it clear what the action is. And I didn't just write, review, outline, write, edit, send, right? I actually said, what am I reviewing? What am I outlining? What am I writing? What am I editing? And what am I sending? And who am I sending it to, even though I put ellipses there. So this is the level of specificity that I want you to use. And this is also the action-oriented nature I want you to use for tasks. Let's move on. Clean house. This is, again, very common, something I see a lot of people doing. But cleaning your house, well, A, it has lots of sub-steps, right? B, you may not do it all at once. And C, maybe you won't need to clean everything this time around. So again, I would make this either into a project or a task with subtasks, but I want to stick in the inbox right now, so let's make it a task with subtasks. So I'm going to say clean the house, and I'm going to, again, hit return, and then command square right bracket, and I'm going to say vacuum the floor. That'll be one task, right? Again, verb and object. Dust the cabinets. Cabinets. Clear the shower drain. You can come up with a lot more tasks. They're action-oriented, they use verbs, and we're breaking down a big task into small tasks. Now, clean the house is a shorter title than some of these other titles, right? But, I mean, it's your house. In this case, it's obvious, right? You don't need to get more specific. So really try and make task titles be as specific as possible so that there can be no ambiguity, right? Like if you just wrote write summary report as a task title, perhaps there are multiple summary reports you could write on multiple projects that you've been working on, and so it's not clear which one, right? In that case, you need to give more detail. But in this case, unless you have multiple houses, right? Clean the house is fine. Okay, plan party. This is another one similar to clean the house. There's probably a lot of sub-steps involved, right? But also, I want you to think about what constitutes a completion of this task, right? So at what point can you say, I'm done? I have planned the party. So you can add a lot of subtasks like buy groceries, cook the food. Even that's pretty vague, right? We could expand on those, but let's keep it for now. Buy extra utensils, etc. So think carefully. When will you be done planning the party? Like probably talking to some people, inviting people will be part of this. And again, I would make this a project. Just select the plan party task and go Command Shift 1. Turn this into its own project. Think very carefully about when it will be done. When will you be done with planning? And perhaps you'd like to change this task a little bit to make it more clear what you're trying to complete. So you could separate planning the party into multiple things, right? You could actually say, prepare food for the party, right? Probably the utensils won't be part of it then. And then it's clear. You've prepared the food. That's done, right? Other parts of the party might be like invite people, and you can have a separate task for inviting every person that you'd like to invite, right? Maybe this sounds cumbersome. If that sounds too cumbersome, don't worry. Keep it at a higher level. But perhaps you actually find this a useful thing to do so that you don't get as overwhelmed by, planning the party. There's such a big task. There's so much going on. I don't know where to start. I don't know what I've done, what I haven't done. So you might consider being more specific. So prepare food for the party, invite people to the party, etc. Clean the house for the party. Okay, let's move on to our last task. A common pattern I see as well is that people will create tasks that you cannot really complete or that are not meaningful. So in this case, the task is not very meaningful. Start preparing for California trip. Well, if you grab your suitcase and you put one piece of underwear in, I guess you've started preparing for your California trip, right? But that's not a very meaningful thing to do. Then if you check off this task, then what? You still have lots of other things left that you need to do to prepare for your trip. So it's not a very useful task. And what I would do instead is create a project for the California trip with all of the things that you need to do and just work through them one by one. So try not to have something like start preparing for a trip or finish preparing for the trip. Just write prepare for the trip and then complete the project when it's finished, right? On a related topic, though, I will see people with do something like this where, let's say you're on the go and you remember, I'm supposed to write that summary report, the one that we were talking about up here. So rather than doing summary report, right, what you could write instead is create project for summary report. That way, right now, you don't have to think through all of the steps. You can record this task into your OmniFocus, making sure you'll get to it later, perhaps during your weekly review, right? And I have a good article, by the way, on weekly reviews and a good free guide on weekly reviews too. Again, that's in the description below the video, so go check that out. But you don't have to think through all the steps at the moment that you enter this task in OmniFocus. You just tell yourself, create a project, and by project, I mean an OmniFocus project for the summary report. So for the summary report for Bob or something. Then later on, when you have some time, you're sitting at your computer or at your iPad, whatever, you can actually go ahead and create that project and fill in all the steps for that project, and then mark this task as complete. So this is a very useful thing to do, and instead of start preparing for California trip, you might say list all the steps required to prepare for the California trip. That's what I would do. So you don't have to work out all the steps right now. Just make it a completable task, starting with the verb, and make it a completable task to start later. So these are some examples of how to name tasks in OmniFocus. If you like this video, please give it a like, please subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, I would love for you to leave a comment on this video. Tell me whether you liked it, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you thought I could improve, because I would like to help as many people as possible use OmniFocus to get stuff done and to feel less overwhelmed. Hope that was useful, and enjoy the rest of your day.